So we got the water off the water trailer today. Got it hooked up to the general, and what we're going to be focusing on is doing the final cleanup before the grass starts growing in on us this year. A lot of sticks, a lot of sticks and branches, and chunks of concrete and rock that have been hiding out in grassy hidden areas that I haven't been able to mow. So we're going to get that final cleanup done because it's about 49 degrees out right now and cloudy, but in I'm guessing another week or two, the grass around this joint, as you can see, it's already starting to get pretty green. So I'm guessing we're going to be growing up pretty thick and we'll be mowing before you know it. So that's what we're going to start with today, and we're going to see where we end up. We might be able to actually get into some other projects today depending on how long this takes. So let's go out there and let's get started. After I got that tin and those big chunks of wood cleaned up, Brooklyn, my wife, she continued working on rock picking because they're a little bit smaller, so she could work on that. And I went and hopped in the tractor so we could start dragging out all these pine needles and all this dead growth on top. And then where we're sitting here now, where I'm dragging, that's kind of turning into the new parking area for the pickups when we're over at the barn here. And it got all rutted up this spring. So I had to haul in some sand and clay and kind of smooth it out and get rid of the ruts, and it's just been so wet I haven't had the time to really get it cleaned up that well yet. So that's all part of what we're doing today here, is just trying to get all these rocks, all this debris, everything cleaned up, so when the grass does start growing, I'm confident that when I run the mower over it, we're not going to have any issues. I tell you what, this landscape rake is, if you have a tractor and you don't have a landscape rake, I would highly recommend getting one. I use this thing for everything. I use it for moving snow in the winter. I use it for breaking up ice in the winter. I use it for the actual landscape rake purpose of cleaning up sticks and rocks, and it grades, and then we use it as a drag for the horse arena so that the horses are running on good soft ground when my wife's practicing barrel racing. It's such a universal tool. I mean, I have a box blade as well, but I try not to use it. I really prefer just having this landscape rake on all the time. But anyways, that's what we're doing here, is we're just working on getting all of this stuff kind of drug up, cleaned up, leveled out, all the debris out of there. It was a great day to work on all this. I mean, aside from the wind, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too hot, so you didn't have to worry about overheating when you were working. So that's pretty much what we got accomplished today, which was actually pretty impressive for us. We've been working on trying to get all these rocks and everything cleaned up, and it's been a goal of mine for years now, but like I've said in other videos, I just haven't had the time between my old career where I was working all the time, and you know, typically this time of year I'd already be back out on the road. So getting the opportunity to take a Saturday afternoon here to get a lot of this done before full-fledged summer hits and everything really starts getting crazy around here was much needed. Having Brooklyn around to help me out with the rock picking and all the small things where if you try and do it by yourself just takes forever. So it was we got a lot done today. It was a good tag team effort. Got all that stuff scooped up. We're hitting some of the edges here right now with the landscape rake, just trying to get it all clean so I don't damage my mower when it's time to start mowing this summer. Well, if you stayed this long, like, comment, subscribe. Really leave a comment if you've stayed this long. I'd love to know if anybody actually watches these videos. It really helps keep the motivation. But thanks for watching. That's all I've got.